Welcome to Different Walks, Different Talks.
So debate was amazing. I love doing debate. And then we got to DECA, grade 11. We started DECA. And I didn't realize at the time how important it would be to have some stuff for university application, like some actually good extracurriculars. And then when we joined DECA, I realized like, oh, the commitment isn't that bad. You just have to come, you learn it, and then you have one big day.
Yeah, that sometimes helps as well. Like a lower commitment means a lot of people join.
Exactly. A lower commitment means, like, I remember in grade 11, there was a lot of kids in grade 12 who just joined just for the day of. They already knew how DECA worked. They came.
Right.
They wouldn't come to the meetings.
You never see them.
You never see them. And then the day of the competition, oh, okay, like there's a lot of people here.
That's actually, I would say that's a bad thing.
It's kind of bad.
Because it makes it feel like a buy-in. And it honestly is now.
It is now. At this point, yeah. I mean,
but you did learn some skills doing it.
Yeah. And
like the whole thing is good, just the setup isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
It's one judge.
The show up now, the turn up now at the meetings isn't bad. Like, we still get a good enough amount of people to run the events.
Sure. Yeah. And I like how Miss L does the Olympics. That's really good.
The Olympics is really good.
Because it keeps it alive.
Keeps the club alive, yeah.
And you're doing some leadership stuff.
Exactly.
So that's good on her part.
It's good on her part.
I feel like Miss L's a really good teacher.
Very good. She's the teacher.
Got there as a teacher, but I do like,
She's the teacher that really, like, got me everything that I have.
Yeah,
she's the one who showed me what to join, what to do, helped me out so much. Like,
for me, it was Miss R.
For you, it was Miss R, right? Yeah.
For me, it was Miss R.
For me, I'm forever in debt to her. Like, she helped me so much.
Yeah, Miss R saw my club go from 3 people to nearly shutting down to like 20 to winning the tournament.
Yeah, to winning the tournament.
Which registered with.
So did you win? So yeah, tell me about it. How was the tournament?
Which one?
You guys just had the tournament yesterday.
I would rather not talk about that one there.
Oh.
The provincial tournament though, when me and
but at least one person from Assumption won, right?
Yeah, it was Canada Hank one actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was great.
That's crazy. That's so cool, man. Where was this tournament?
This tournament was
Holy
at
Trinity, right?
Yeah, Holy Trinity.
Assumption should host, eh?
Yeah, the judges they didn't know how to like judge it properly.
Was
so they gave some people like 85 and stuff when like 80 is meant to be like the highest score pretty much if you do provincials.
Yeah.
So Mr. Coach marked me more like on that because I got coach to mark me twice just randomly, and then they had Mr. Coach, but then they had someone else. So that's why like even though I beat like the first team, like we didn't make it based on points. Based on points, but yeah. So this is like the thing about pubs as well. You want to make it like official and you want to make it fair. Otherwise, a lot of people like you as well, you got shafted because you thought you did such a good job. Yeah. But then you ended up not making it, and that's the worst feeling.
That's the worst.
That's like you prepped so hard for a test, or you prepped so hard for that basketball team, you don't make it. That's the worst feeling. Because, and then you're gonna shun that for the rest of your life. Just one experience that could happen.
That feeling is so bad
that you work so hard and you never get it.
Yeah, you just feel like failure.
Yeah.
Like when you work at, like everyone has the mentality that I'm gonna work hard at something, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
So when you work hard at something and you don't get it, I feel like so tough to overcome that.
Honestly, I feel like that's a story no one tells.
Yeah.
I feel like more people should address that because that's an issue in high school that we all have.
100%.
You work so hard for something, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people play it off. Like a lot of people say, I don't study for tests and stuff. They actually do, but then sometimes they say it because they feel like if I do bad, people will say, oh, you didn't study.
Yeah.
You know, okay, the recent math test, right? You did better than me. A lot of people did. Akol was like, Angus, it doesn't matter, man. You didn't study much. And I was like, Akol, I did study a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Maybe that was a bad day for me. Or maybe I just maybe I just didn't see the homework right, or maybe there's something I should change in my study method. But I feel like people should be more honest. You know, there's no shame in admitting you study and you failed. There's no shame.
There's no shame because there's no shame meaning because you tried.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly.
You trying at something is better than 90% of people who didn't even try.
Right. Exactly.
And the only way to succeed is to try.
And the worst feeling is when some guy that don't try much gets better than you. But you know, you just have to accept it, man. That's just life. That's just life.
Like sometimes some
people is just smarter than you or something. Like sometimes they just clicked it. They just click with them.
Sometimes you had an off day, even if you studied a lot. Exactly. They had a good day and they didn't study as much, and that's how it happened.
There was a statistics I saw. Roger Federer, right?
Okay.
Biggest name in tennis.
Yeah.
He's actually lost like 50% of his matches are actually losses. So something crazy. Like 45% are actually losses. It's like you lose a lot. Or I think it was points. It was points. Like 45% of his points he lost, right? But he ended up still being like the best player, right? So it's like a lot of the times you're going
loss is win.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Even when you work hard for it.
Yeah. So I like even with things like, but going back to that feeling, when you try hard for something, you don't get it. So because then you have two ways to really bounce back from that.
Sometimes you just go off such a bad path.
Like you can like and the stories of people you hear who have failed at something that they are so passionate about so many times, but then they bounce back on that final time.
Yeah, right.
Though that really goes to show that you need to keep trying at something. You can never actually give up.
Right.
Because if you give up,
and that's like every like millionaire story.
Yeah, exactly. It's all the millionaire.
I feel like a lot of people that they don't have that failure initially, even when they make a millionaire, they don't handle the success and money well. And it's tragic.
So well. Like I know like Henry Ford, the guy who made the Ford cars. Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Walt Disney got like rejected. I don't know how many times. His paintings, his art, all got rejected. And then he just kept coming back, and look where he became. Right. Like it's insane.
Like, and it's even just like a test. Like that could be like the failure that sets you up for a different path. Like, I'm not going to study as much because I didn't do well. But no, you just have to accept it. You just have to keep moving, right?
And if you only succeed, it's not right. Like you shouldn't.
Yeah, it feels weird. Succeed. It feels like something is going to happen.
Yeah, you can't always have the perfect success. Like you can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. Like,
you don't feel weird. You feel like
it feels weird, and I don't think it teaches you the values that you need to learn about life itself. Like the thing you get taught about failure is so important.
Even relating this to like English and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the most famous stories are normally tragedies. Those ones are the ones that make you think, right?
Yeah,
those stories are like tragedies. Like a comedy is never winning like the Nobel Literature Prize. Because normally, like for us, like the sadness and the loss resonates with us the most, right?
And you know what's funny about that with art?
Oh yeah.
Some of these famous artists don't even become famous till after they die.
Oh right, yeah, exactly.
That's so crazy to think about. Eh? Yeah, imagine you go your whole life doing all this art
and poems and
writing, just to not even know that you're such
an influential person.
That's just so unbelievable. Imagine your whole life you just get made of shame. Like,
but
you're a poor artist, you're a poor poem writer, whatever. Like, and then your stuff becomes so impactful later on in your life when you're already dead. That's so insane.
Okay, so also one thing that I talked to you a bit about before. I'm kind of interested in this because you were interested in boxing.
Oh yeah.
But you never got to pursue boxing, and I was just curious, like.
Yeah. So the thing with so this also builds back to the basketball and the sports. Grade 9 and 10, I played basketball. Then grade 11 and 12, I decided to pursue studying.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time to join the basketball team. Mm-hmm. So and then I also love the passion of working out. So what I think it was with boxing, I wanted to start boxing so bad. Like I just love.
It is a cool sport. I have a lot of respect.
Cool sport, and it's very good physically. Like you.
Yeah, right.
You can
except for the brain damage. Everything else was really good physically.
Physically, you get so much.
Conditions you so well.
So the two factors I think that really didn't let me actually pursue boxing is one, I didn't play basketball, which is an out of school thing, and then I focused all my time on studying, but I still wanted to work out, like weightlifting and going to the gym. And then building off of that, going to the gym and weightlifting is so convenient. I just need to drive to the gym, do my workout, and leave. Whereas with boxing, I think if I had someone to do it with or someone who pushed me to join, it would have been better because then I have to sign up for the boxing. I have to research about, okay, when are these classes open?
Yeah.
It's a lot more of a process, even though it's not a hard process. Like
it's just a process.
I could have really done it.
Stops a lot of people.
Just a process.
Small process of that.
And then in my mind, I'm thinking, how can I balance boxing, working out, and studying? And then I even was working at a job, right? I was working at Mastermind Toys. And right. And then starting in grade 11, I quit working because I knew that I had to focus on school a lot more.
I quit tennis for that.
Yeah. See. So I thought, man, I don't work, and then I'm gonna do boxing, sports, working out, and studying. But what I didn't realize was until this year, I was so infatuated with working out in grade 10 and 11 that there's always gonna be time to work out.
Right. Right. You don't have all that time for boxing.
Exactly. I should have realized that. Okay, I can stop working out 65 days a week and box once or twice a week. Yeah. And it's okay that I'm going to be doing that. Because it's okay that I'm going to sacrifice some working out because I'm still working out.
Yeah, boxing is still working
I'm still working out.
And they're going to still have like probably periods where just conditioning.
Where you're just conditioning, doing some weightlifting too anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe it's not so much that I didn't have the time. It's so much that I was worried about losing time for other things.
Also, the main thing that didn't make you do it was just you never had the person there.
I never had the person.
You never had the influence.
Exactly. I never had the influence for someone to tell me, go start it, go do it.
Yeah.
And then tell me, okay, this boxing gym is open at this time. This boxing gym is starting.
If you had a person that was worse than that was your friend.
Exactly.
You'll be hooked up instantly.
I'll be hooked instantly.
What about your parents? Did you ever talk to them?
I told them about it. I told them what to do it.
What did they say?
They just like they told me, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do it. I told my dad, like, hey, you want to join with me and do it?
Okay.
But then I just never pushed them enough to actually convince us to do it. Because I would always be like, okay, because you think you have a lot of time, but then stuff comes up. You have a test the next day. Okay, I'm not going to research anything today. I have an assignment this day. I'm not going to research it today. Oh, you know what? I'm too lazy to research about boxing. Let me just go work out at the gym. And then you just lose it.
It's all actually lazy.
It's all a laziness thing. If you just sit yourself down and do the time, do what you told yourself you're going to do, you get it done.
Like I said that I quit like tennis for studying, right?
Yeah.
But there are still people that do tennis at a D1 level
and
studying at like an Ivy level.
Exactly.
That do everything so well. Like honestly, you have the time. It's just like so much of the time you think you don't like. Oh, I have no time. But then you have like 2 spare hours a day, and then you'll just be scrolling on TikTok. That's what I would do. I remember in grade 11, it was just hours. I would just like, you know what? I need a dopamine boost. I would just go and scroll.
And it's funny you say that because like, you might think you're overworked when you're doing something all the time, but the reality is you're optimizing your time perfectly when you're doing
it. And it's like different things you're doing. You're doing that, and then you're doing like that. It's kind of different. When you're resting on TikTok, it's not even resting your brain.
Literally.
You're consuming just like mindless content.
Exactly.
And your brain's still working. It's still processing it.
And when you're doing so many different things, and the worst thing you can do, and I'm such a victim of this, or like I'm someone who does it, is just sit on your phone all day. It's the worst thing you can do. And because I remember even in summer when there's no school, and school also beats you down. Like when you go to school, you wake up all day, you study all day at school, then you gotta go home and study all day. You're beat up, and then
you're like, I need rest.
I need a rest and break.
The second you open it, you just sucked into it. You can't get out of it.
In summer, I was like in that summer when I worked from grade 10 to 11.
Yeah,
I would work like 40 hours a week, and then I would just every time I would work, and then Planet Fitness was open 24/7, so I'd go work out there after, and I was spending the most of my time doing stuff. But what I realized was I was doing stuff, and realizing this now, it was actually good. I wasn't on my phone as much.
Right.
I wasn't doing stupid stuff. I was going to work and working out, and
there are still time for like hanging out with friends.
Exactly,
right?
And I was hanging out with friends.
Like hanging out with friends is more productive than going on your phone.
You learn stuff. You get social interaction.
Yeah, right.
And you're having fun.
You need social interaction.
Yeah.
Watching iShowSpeed isn't
social interaction. Exactly.
It's like a small dopamine booster. It's kind of like doing some sort of like substance, honestly.
Yeah, it's honestly like addiction.
And it's so like the culture now it's made that like you can't not have TikTok. If you have some friends that are referencing some sort of brain rot, you don't get it. You're like you're out of the loop. You're out of the loop, and you're forced to reinstall it.
And you know what I saw the biggest switch for me was when TikTok started. I so drifted off of YouTube.
Right.
I was watching.
YouTube actually has some sort of like content that
you have stuff that's informational. Like, I remember I would watch those. As a kid, you watch those top 5 tallest mountains.
Yeah, right. And you actually get some sort of education.
At least you learn something from
that. Right.
Or like top 5 coolest rivers. I don't know. Sounds crazy stuff.
Right. Yeah. Everyone watches
that.
The top 5 abandoned theme parks.
Oh, see, like it might not be that informational, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And what it does is it doesn't ruin your attention span.
Right. It's at least like 20 minutes.
It's at least like I remember like watching like some Minecraft videos, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes long.
Yeah. No,
like,
I don't think I can even do that.
I couldn't even do that. Even though it's like some brain rot stuff, I couldn't even do that.
Right. Yeah, sometimes I can't even finish that 1 minute short.
Bro, I find myself now on Instagram Reels holding the screen so it goes at 2 times speed. Like
I don't know how to do it. I haven't figured it out because I'm dumb.
Like it's crazy how much it ruins your attention span.
Yeah, it does.
And then it's like even in class when you're supposed to be focused and attentive. I'm happy now. I'd never go on my phone in class. Like I'm not.
I low-key do sometimes.
Sometimes when the teacher's speaking and when the teacher's teaching,
right.
I never go on my phone because I'm attentive enough to learn. But then when you have your free period, I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
I can't even read it.
And the worst thing is
when you're supposed to be productive, you're on your phone.
That's the worst thing because everyone does it.
Everyone does it.
So you know what was so weird? COVID actually hit you guys weirder.
Yeah.
When I came here, I was at a pool party. Not a name drop, but I was at someone's pool party. We're hanging out, right? Going in the pool and stuff. Then we come out. That's like normally that time. I normally like we'll play some ultimate frisbee back in DC. We'll talk to each other. But then everyone's just going on their phone, and then there's like twos huddling like on someone's phone watching reels, and they're laughing. And I was like, what do I do? I was like, I guess I'll pull my phone out. And it felt so weird. It was so bizarre because we're all there. We're all friends. Yeah. But we're choosing to go on our phone instead of talking to each other.
Like it's sad what the phone has done to.
That was so peculiar.
It's sad what the phone has done to us as a society.
Not even the phone. The TikTok. The short. The video
the phone
thing.
Itself is a good
Whoever
resource.
created the short video
thing,
they really changed like the pathway of humanity.
They changed it so much. It's so sad. That's like, and it's like, it's like you see people who are addicted to drugs, try to beat it. It's like trying to beat an
It's
addiction to
literally
drugs.
that. It's
You
literally,
can't
it's
beat
not
it.
even an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's not an exaggeration at all. Like
Yeah.
when you do it so often, like you can't beat it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'll delete TikTok, right? But then Instagram, Insta Reels, Snapchat, they have some sort of spotlight thing. No one watches.
And like, okay, you
YouTube
can
Shorts, like,
YouTube Short, you
just
can
go
delete
into everything.
Imagine you delete Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, anything that could provide you with these short clips.
Yeah,
You just feel like you're missing out at that.
you're
point.
out of the loop.
You're out of the loop.
And then now you can socialize.
You can't socialize.
I remember I deleted TikTok when I came from New Zealand to Canada to be more focused, and everyone was like Kumalala, and then they were like Kwandel Dingo. I was like, what is a Kwandel Dingo? I was like, damn it, I kept TikTok. I was like, wow, like my conscious decision to delete TikTok backfired on me in terms of making friends.
You know what's funny?
Because I couldn't even make jokes about Kwandel Dingo.
Literally, when Trump said I'm going to ban TikTok, I almost had the feeling like, you know what? Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Like he's smart for trying to ban it because he's like, I think productivity levels and stuff would increase without TikTok.
A U.S. company would just fill the void. You know what I mean?
Another company.
The TikTok was because of China, right? Yeah. Like
exactly.
it was never gonna.
He was only he wasn't even banning it
for China,
for the dopamine effects.
No,
he was banning because it's from China.
And the short videos boosted him so much.
Yeah,
it was
made so much money.
Fight, all that. It helped him so much on his political campaign. He banned it just for that. It was like some sort of company would fill the void, you know.
And he has like, what the hell is TikTok going to spy on you from China to America?
I get the
worry, but I just don't. I don't know.
No, I get it. Like I get because they don't want like a Chinese company. If you vibe with this combo, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button. We'll catch you next time on Different Walks, Different Talks.